Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Happy Sunday, fun day. Church is in session. I'll be preaching the holy gospel of Satoshi for the next couple of hours. In today's show, I'll be sharing the latest Bitcoin technical analysis. We'll also be discussing spot Bitcoin ETFs to track investor interest despite the August outflows. And quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser, during this cycle, for every $1 gold goes up, Bitcoin will go up $20. He also says, note, this applies to the whole cycle, not any particular day, week, month, or year. We'll also be discussing South Korean pension fund invest a whopping $32.5 million into MicroStrategy as the U.S. firm continues to gobble up the biddies. And we're also going to be discussing BNY, State Street, and JP Morgan Chase facing serious risks of bank runs along with 91 major U.S. lenders. I'll be breaking down this latest report. We'll also be discussing U.S. Marshals likely selling the Silk Road Bitcoin, at least according to this lawyer. We'll also be discussing how the Bitcoin price can explode by up to 3x this cycle, taking the biddy price to roughly $180,000 per coin, according to Real Vision analysts. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin veteran Adam Back says Bitcoin's in the early bull market phase and can explode by over 700% to 500,000 per coin or more. I'll be sharing his timeline. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more in today's show. Welcome, crypto fam. What's poppin'? What's good in the hood? Let me know. This is live and in the flesh. I should be live right now on X, Rumble, and YouTube. Let me know if we're loud and clear. Greatly appreciated. Shout out everyone in that chat already. C-List, good to see you, Joseph. Let's go. Chandy 10 Music, the one and only. Pleasure to see you here with us today. We missed you the other day. What up, Jack? What up, Fidel? What up, Joseph? And the rest of the fam. And make sure to subscribe to Chandy 10 Music. You'll notice her channel pinned in the comment section of the YouTube. I also encourage everyone watching on Rumble and X to visit us on YouTube. That way you can interact, drop comments throughout the entire stream, ask questions, and all that fun stuff, as this is a live and interactive show. First and foremost, Mr. Bone Daddy, welcome, family. Hallowed be thy name. We're getting very close to recapturing 60,000. We're only roughly $500 away, so let's go.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day, maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Welcome, Bitcoin fam. Happy Sunday. Let me know what's new, what's good. We're on the cusp of reclaiming 60,000. I got a lot to share, as I always do. We got an action-packed show to share. I'll be streaming for the next couple of hours. We are live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. Shout out anyone reposting the stream. You're going to notice this stream on X pinned at the very top of my profile. So first and foremost, shout out to the one and only JC Ice Ice Baby. I noticed and repost, and anyone else who reposts with a quote, I'm going to repost that. And I will also shout you out during the live stream and follow you back. And that goes for anybody. So much appreciated. Let's freaking go. BTC before the year end, 100,000 by the year end. When we get close to 100,000, we'll get crazy. Then 6x to the all-time high. Easy to imagine based on the past. Word up. Shout out Super King, first time. Appreciate you tuned in. Make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. We go live here each and every day, 7 days a week. Even on weekends, clearly, Saturday and Sundays. Ripping Chandy's music all day to pump them numbers. Right up, right on, Super King. Enjoy the music there. 40 plus videos strong on the channel. It's a beautiful day on the Cali Central Coast. Shout out my California fam, Mr. Bone Daddy, what it do? We have the one and only Oracle in the building. That's right. I'm sipping on some water today. I got my alkalized water like JC, aka the Oracle, 9.5 pH. Let's go. Shout out Greg. What's up? Little Germ Resilience, fam. That's right. We resilient. These bottles are so big, you got to use the cap because they don't perfectly balance on the bottom. And if it tips over, you're screwed out of about, what is that, 33.8 ounces of water, which is a liter. JV looking tight and fit as always. Appreciate it, brother. Big fights tonight in the UFC. Adesanya's fighting for that strap. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a good one versus Dukas or Drakus. I'm looking forward to the fights tonight. Thank you, Chandy, for the repost. Just reposted you. Thank you, thank you. She wrote JV is live, then one day the Bitcoin pod, and she always drops the YouTube link so you guys can comment. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, welcome everybody. We're so close to 60,000.
Bitcoin, 60 G's, 60 G's. Buying opportunity for fifth level sexy G's. What do you think, JV? By the biddy, who cares about a roaring kitty? A boring kitty.
Alkaline water is the best for you. I drink it as well. Good to hear, Kepler. Shout out Ron P. Job blessed family. Imagine having a song written for you about being a tapeworm. Yeah, it's very rare. There's only one Jamie tapeworm. Classic, by the way. It's so good. Attila says when. What are you asking precisely when? As far as the price action, stay tuned. Today's feature story is Adam Back. He was recently interviewed on a podcast, and he believes Bitcoin will go between 500,000 and a million. So, which is at least a 700% increase from the current price action. I'll be sharing everything he shared as far as the highlights from that interview and those predictions. So stay tuned, family, and welcome to the stream.
Not me, I'm for the bitty. I'm for the nippinator, I'm for Nipsey. Not for the weirdo Kit Kat kitty cat. The kitty cat, I'm for stacking the stats.
Shout out K-Jam. Just reposted your brother. Appreciate all the reposts. Thank you, thank you.
Stack the sats, ain't no thing. Baby, it's
The chance to stack those sats, chance to stack those bitties. Thanks for the X link. Cheers, Diana. Appreciate you. In the long term, we are all unalived. When will we see 300 to 500,000? Speak for yourself, Attilia. I know Bitcoin's capable of hitting 3 to 500,000 during our lifetime, but I can't speak on behalf of your lifetime. But I pray you're around then. So stick around, family.
Baby, you never heard about me with another coin. Bitcoin. I got my mind on my Bitcoin, and my Bitcoin on my mind. 60 G's, 60 G's, a buying opportunity.
My 2-year-old daughter loves Jamie the Tapeworm. She's always humming and singing along. The children love it. Adults too. I love it. But my daughter is a big fan of Jamie Tapeworm. She compliments it all the time when she hears it. I got to listen again. Play it again. And it's awesome that your children as well are all gravitating toward it. I know Chandy's son loves the track as well. So that's a sign. And it's doing very well as also on her channel. So if you guys haven't watched the video for Jamie the Tapeworm, make sure to check out Chandy 10 Music. It's lit. Hey, JV and fam, I hope you all are having a great weekend. I am Mark. Right back at you, brother. I considered to convert my Bitcoin bag during this 60,000 idling into this new meme. Monkey with pox. Be very... I know you're pulling my leg laser, but yeah. Careful out there, ish coining. Lovely. Jamie the Tapeworm. There's only one. And make sure to subscribe to her channel. She's on the cusp, Chandy, of hitting 100,000 subs. You'll notice her link in the live chat and on your screen right now. Keep the comments flowing. We already got 300 people on the stream. And again, anyone who reposts this, you'll notice the stream pinned at the top of my profile, just like this, so you guys can see it right at the very top. Just go ahead and repost it, heart it with a quote, and I will repost you guys right back. It does help out tremendously getting more eyeballs on the stream. But anyways, fam, if you're new to the channel and the stream, very important to smash those likes and subscribe. It's free to do so. And then hit the bell icon, turn on all notifications. That way, at least you get notified each and every day when I go live. Today is pod episode 1733. I'm your host, JV. It's August 17th, 2024. Bitcoin's looking to recapture 60,000. The current line in the sand is a major psychological resistance, which we need to recapture. Let's see if we can capture it before the end of this week's close, which is in a little bit this evening, and probably in like a couple of hours. But yeah, let's kick it off with our market watch as we do every day. We can see Bitcoin trading above 59,600, looking to retest 60 Gs. We have Ether down 0.11%, also correcting, maintaining, I should say, above 2,600, while Solana, XRP, Cardano, and Tron all pumping and in the green. And checking out CoinMarketCap.com, we can see there's currently a 2.09 trillion total crypto market cap and 1.174 trillion Bitcoin market cap. We have roughly 38 billion worth of volume in the past 24 hours, meaning down 45%, with the Bitcoin dominance 56.2% and the Ether dominance 15.1%. And checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours, we got Clay up 14%, Helium up 9%, and Jasmine up 5.5%. Below that, BNB, Phantom, and Rune. Which alts, if any, are you bullish on? Let me know, and I'll read those comments out loud in between the stories. And checking out the crypto bubbles, we can see finally a lot more in the green overall as far as the altcoins are concerned. Maybe safe to say 50% of the market in the green today, 50% in the red, roughly. And zooming out on the monthly for a broader perspective, unfortunately, 95% of the market wreck city, as you can see. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index today, we're all the way back down in extreme fear at a 25, which is a good sign. We're about to pump. Typically in extreme fear, we get a nice pump. Now, yesterday was a 27, last week a 40, and last month a 61 in greed. My question for you guys, when the traditional markets open up tomorrow, do you think we'll resume the bullish momentum and capture 60,000, work our way back towards 70,000? Do you think we'll be corrective? Do you think we'll continue trading sideways for a little longer? Let me know your thoughts. And again, I'll be reading everyone's comments out loud. Welcome everyone to the stream. Have a Friday Oracle. TGIF. Shout out Heidi. What up? Billowette. Good to see you. Crypto Surge. What's the good word, brother? Good to see you as well. Smash the like, subscribe, repost on X. That's the Holy Trinity right there. Smash the like, subscribe, repost. Boom. Thank you. Best pod on the interwebs. Thank you, Little Germ. Fear equals the FOMO. That's right. 100%. Extreme fear just below 60 Gs is super bullish. Exactly. Good point. We're at 60 Gs and we just got a 25 in extreme fear. A nice pumpy pump at this level can take us right back towards price discovery. Current price discovery is sitting at 73.8, which we captured back in mid-March. JV's weekly close tomorrow. Oh, today's Saturday. Why am I thinking Sunday? You're right. Thanks for the correction, Ronan. For some reason, half my mind is correct, the other half is wrong. Because earlier I'm like, UFC tonight, every Saturday night. And then I'm like, oh, we get a close, but it's only Saturday. You're correct. So no weekly close for Bitcoin until tomorrow. Hey, JV, I'm doing deliveries and watching The Greatest Show on the Tube. Love your brother and CNA fam. I'm doing good. Enjoy yourself out there, brother. And thanks for tuning in. Do you think you're going to have another dip soon? Dips are buying opportunities. And yeah, virtually every day there's a dip. How big of a dip are you anticipating is the $1 million question. But every day we pump and dump. Virtually every day. So you can expect more of that. A lot more extreme volatility, family, especially at a time like this in the cycle. Happy 420. It's actually interesting. It's 417. And then there's 416 viewers. But we're approaching 420, so I'm calling it now. Fear, that's for the poor. Exactly. Fear is how they keep you poor. 100%. You nailed it with that one, Greg. Welcome, brother. Kamala's up 10%, translates into a 20% dip. Here's what I got to say about that. When they share in the lamestream media, the polls, that's all fudged. Meaning, remember in the 2016 presidential election, and it was like 95% Hillary, 4% Trump. Trump doesn't stand a chance. Then what happened? He won the presidency. So take anything you hear from the lamestream media with a grain of salt. And also, disclaimer on this podcast, no financial advice given whatsoever. This is an entertainment-based show for entertainment purposes only. Also, just like the lamestream media, anything I say, take with a grain of salt. TradeFi isn't piling all this money into Bitcoin without big expectation. 100%. You already know. They're not stupid. Good morning, Laura. Good to see you, family. I appreciate you tuned in to the stream. 60 Gs. Can I get a 60 Gs?
Bitcoin. But I don't sweat it because crowd. Dip sell, don't sell, no sell, no, I won't Bitcoin sell. I'm no sellout. Bitcoin.
Roger that. And shout out El Brandino Martinez. Greatly appreciate you, brother. Shout out to the Huddle House Studios as well. Make sure you're following Huddle House Studio on X along with the Orange Pill podcast family. Shout out CW Bath. Not every August, September is red for the biddy, but statistically, they're the 2 worst months on average. Thanks for the repost. Just reposted the comment. And Matt McCrae, he put bullish. Appreciate you, brother. And anyone else who reposts with a quote, I'm going to repost your quote of the stream, and I'm also going to follow you and shout you out during the live stream. So it's much appreciated. And by doing this, we get a lot more eyeballs on stream. Near-death experience put in the last 10 years, the Bitcoin commodity obtained a 67% compound annual return. Beats inflation. Winner. There you go. New world reserve currency named BTC. I appreciate that. I just reposted it, brother, because he posted it as a comment on the stream. So all comments and reposts with quotes will get reposted during today's live stream. Even if you're watching after the fact, let's say 2 hours pass, I'm no longer live, I'll go back and repost anyone who shows me love. I appreciate it. The polls are generally 3 to 5 basis points in favor of Dems. And polls, you can add 3 to 5 basis points to the Repubs. Thank you, Oracle. I remember being at the end of the last bull run, before 69 was sitting at 38 Bitcoin on exactly. We were stuck in that range for it felt like forever. Come on, 60 Gs. We're so close. I'm with you. Seems good to have a low fear greed index, but the number's still high, 100% on that, Matt. But anyways, let's continue with today's Bitcoin astrology for the broskies. That's right. Here we go. Here's the latest TA, family. And actually, I'm also going to be sharing regarding these ETF inflows, but we're going to go right into the live charts today, switch it up a bit here. So here you're looking at the 1 hour chart. Let me switch the scene so it's even cleaner. And Nat, please remove yourself from my airspace. Thank you. So yeah, we're trading at roughly 69,500 at the time of the recording. This is the 1 hour chart brought to you by Coinbase via TradingView. We do have a target sitting all the way down at $53,400. And zooming out, we'll get different looks and perspectives for you guys. Here is the 4 hour live chart. We do have an increasing momentum here. Yeah, I mean, we did bottom out at, I think that was 49 all the way back maybe about a week ago now. Yeah, you can see where we bottomed out. Let me see if you can see it on the screen. Yep, you can see it on your side as well. And then we've been building momentum. Obviously, we climbed back to almost 60, and then we've been trading sideways, and we're right on the cusp of retesting 60,000 virtually any moment now. And zooming out on the daily, this is the 1 day chart. You can see last 2 days have been green, which is good. Hopefully, we continue with this momentum and reclaim that 60,000 psychological resistance. And there is a target to be aware of, though, on the daily, sitting at $47,700. And zooming out a little broader, we'll check out the 1 week, which has that cup and handle sexy target sitting all the way at $125,500. Send it. A question for you guys. Do you think we hit 125,000 this year in 2024? Yay or nay? Let me know. A, including you, Chandy. Let me know if you think we'll hit that target. A. And we'll also zoom out a little further and check out the monthly. As you can see right here on your screen, we did have 7 green consecutive monthly candle closes, followed by a corrective red, green, corrective red, green, corrective red. So it's been red, green, red, green, red, green. We'll see where the month of August is likely to take us heading into September and go from there, family. And then we have October, November, December, fourth quarter amongst us as well. I think bullish momentum really picks up in the fourth quarter. I have very bullish targets. I think we'll surpass, 100,000. You know what I mean? And then heading into 2025, I think we'll hit the cycle peak, multiple 6 figures. We'll dive into that, those predictions a little later on in the stream as well. But yeah, I also want to read you the ETF inflows. So let me switch back to the news scene for you guys. Should be able to see here. So this headline reads, spot Bitcoin ETFs attract investor interest despite the August outflows. As you can see, U.S.-based spot Bitcoin ETFs have continued to attract investors' interest despite the outflows earlier in August. On the 16th, which is yesterday, data from SoSo Value revealed that the total weekly net inflow for the spot Bitcoin ETFs reached 32.5 million, in contrast to the outflow seen the previous week. And on August 2nd, the net outflow for the spot Bitcoin ETFs was 80 million, while on August 9th, the outflow reached 169 million. However, a total net inflow for the spot Bitcoin ETFs on August 16th reached 36 million, despite the outflows of 73 million from the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust on the same day. While GBTC has been experiencing a continuous hemorrhage of funds, other spot Bitcoin ETFs are seeing regular inflows. So it's just really GBTC with all the massive outflows. And according to the data, historical net outflows from GBTC stand at almost $20 billion. At one point, they had over 600,000 Bitcoin. They've sold the majority of it already. And in contrast, the Grayscale Bitcoin Mini Trust ETF saw no outflow on August 16th, maintaining its total net inflows of 288 million. The decline in GBTC's fortunes coincide with the NYSE Arca's decision to pull back on a proposed rule change that would have enabled the trading of GBTC and similar crypto ETFs. Meanwhile, Fidelity and BlackRock are clearly in the lead, recording the highest net inflows on August 16th with 61 million plus. This brings its total historical net inflows to $9.8 billion. BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF also saw significant net inflows of 20 million the same day, bringing its historical total to above 20 billion. The continued positive inflows into spot Bitcoin ETFs come at time when their total net asset values now stand at $54 billion. The ETF net asset ratio, which represents the market value of the ETFs as a percentage of the total market value of Bitcoin, is currently 4.6%. Historical cumulative net inflows have reached 17 billion, further illustrating the growing acceptance and integration of spot Bitcoin ETFs in the broader investment landscape. And on August 14th, the US SEC's filing reveals Morgan Stanley also now holds 188 million worth of shares of the spot Bitcoin ETF. And I don't think these inflows are going to slow down. I think they're going to continue to gain traction like a, what is it called? Like a snowball. You know what I mean? Like a snowball effect down a mountain. And quoting the high priest, Max Kaiser, he wrote, during this cycle, for every $1 that gold goes up, Bitcoin will go up 20 bucks. 20 to 1, family. Note, this applies to the whole cycle, not any particular day, week, month, or year. And eventually everything goes to zero against Bitcoin. But in gold's case, we're talking 99%, not 100%. Now, also, someone shared here, breaking news, Kamala Harris threatens to confiscate businesses and private property as president. She is literally trying to become a dictator. And then Max responded, buy and properly store as much actual Bitcoin, not Bitcoin ETFs, because they can be confiscated as you can. So if you decide to leave the country, you can take your wealth with you with unconfiscatable, uncensorable Bitcoin. The high priest has spoken. I agree with this sentiment 100%. I don't trust Kamala. I don't trust anyone as far as the government is concerned and in the government, because they can steal your Bitcoin. They can confiscate your Bitcoin the same way they confiscated gold in the 1933 Gold Confiscation Act. Don't put it past them. Anything is possible. We're dealing with satanic forces. I'll refer to as the forces of evil here. But let me know if you agree there with Max Kaiser regarding the sentiment, as well as for every dollar gold goes up, Bitcoin will 20x it. Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, and welcome everyone just joining the stream. What's popping? What's good in the hood? We're live and in the flesh right now on 3 platforms. Again, X, Rumble, and YouTube. You'll find the stream pinned at the top of my X profile. If you guys can repost it with a quote, you'll get reposted. I'm going to be checking my feed throughout the stream. Miners can only sell so many, and they will also hodl many, says Laura. Oddly, Grayscale has created both a Bitcoin and ETH very low fee fund, but instead of transferring, they dump. Transferring. I will move to another country if they don't act in my favor. I don't blame you there, Laura. I think many of us are in a very similar predicament. Bag is overflowing. New one in position. That's what's up, Judson. But JV, she looks so much better than the German dictator of the past. Does she? Because she has boobies? Netherlands is not a progressive country when it comes to crypto. Remember, broskies. Biddy's over. Just some apple cider vinegar in the container with a small cup of the lid. Man, I actually take apple cider vinegar every morning with along my vitamins. So you're saying for the gnats to be attracted, I'll have to try that as well. Get some sun, you'll feel better always. Laser Cat, the Austrian painter, was considered very attractive. Give by the ladies. Boobies are good though, JV. I didn't say they're not. We love the boobies. Just keeping it 100. I don't think I've ever met a man that did not like the boobie. I don't think I've ever met a child that didn't like the boobie. You know what I mean? I'm old school. I believe in breastfeeding. I don't believe in the Similac fake artificial milk with the poison in it. You know what I mean? That makes your children doot-to-doots. Welcome, Bitstick. What's poppin', brother? Good to see you back. Anyway, 60 G's.
Roger out, Roger out.
Shout out Diana Jones. I just reposted you. She put best live Bitcoin podcast. Thank you. Thank you. And I encourage everyone to follow each other. So, for example, Diana Heron Jones, go follow her on X and repost her post as well. And again, shout out Near Death Experience, Matt McRae, CW Bath, K Jammy Jam, JC, Chandy, the rest of the fam. We appreciate all the love. Lavender or rosemary candles for the gnats. Something I'll have to look into there. So the Austrian painter in his day was attractive to more women than K is to men. Oh, Kamala. I see no appeal to the UK. Next day, your show is going to be Bitcoin going to 1.5 million. Do you have a problem with that, Braden Lee? Because it might. My thumbnail, it's like usually 1,500,000, 140 something, I think, yesterday's stream. So that trend will continue. I have 1,733 episodes as of today, and most of them are very bullish price targets because we like to lead with a prediction as the featured story in the stream. So if you're new, that's just how we do things here. Some people get offended by the bullish targets. I don't understand why. Some people are like, but JV, we've never crossed 100. How dare you say we're going to 200? And it's like, yo, do you not have a vision? Do you not understand Bitcoin's up 60 million% since the inception of the Genesis block? 60 million%. So to fathom, oh my God, Bitcoin going up 700%, it's impossible, JV. It can never happen. Because the same folks doubted Bitcoin at $1, saying it could never go to 10. And the same people, when Bitcoin was at 10, oh, it'll never go to 100. Just sell it now. Count your blessings while you're up. And those people that sold now have the biggest regret. You know what I mean? Keep that in mind. You got to project into the future, not just the present. Present has limitations because the present, we just look at the past, but the past doesn't define our future. Is that making sense? Even before the Austrian painter. So I guess that's his new name. We just referred to that guy as the Austrian painter, huh? Had power, he was adored. He was like the Beatles, was he? His speaking voice was quite smooth. Recordings have been found. Interesting, Silas. ETFs have changed the game. Could go way higher than we think. This is true. 100% with you on that, Brandon. Shout out to Robert Kiyosaki, 10 million easy. That's right. We cover that prediction as well. Kiyosaki says 10 million Bitcoin easy. And then he says, like, possibly gold can hit whatever it was, like 7,000. You know what I mean? The Beatles. Long live the Beatles. Rest in peace, Mr. John Lennon. And shout out to his son, Sean O'Lennon. I know he follows me on X. I follow him. Good guy. Apple cider vinegar is better than Tums. I also, I love apple cider vinegar. Tums is probably a drug. I know you can buy it over the counter and such, but I'm just saying, rather have something totally natural. BLX Weekly is the oldest of all the Bitcoin charts since inception of 09. Bitcoin's only at 450 million%. I stand corrected, Greg. Thank you. Bitcoin's only at 450 million%. Nothing to see here, guys. We're only at 450 million%. It's Saturday, JV. Thanks for the correction earlier. I was thinking Sunday for some reason, so I falsely said we'd have a weekly close this evening, and I was wrong. I stand corrected. Thanks for pointing it out as well, Ashley. Could we grow into the biggest profile boosting project on X when we promote Bitcoin as a group effort? That's the goal. That's exactly what I want. Laura, I want everyone participating and helping get more eyeballs on the stream to benefit collectively with our group, because you guys can all repost each other's stuff, follow each other, and let's all blow each other's accounts up. It's a win-win. We get more eyeballs on the stream, right? We get to orange pill more people, win-win, and we get more followers and we get more influence. That's how it should be. Turns into calcium carbonate, JV. Tums is calcium carbonate. Is that all it is? I'm not familiar really so much with them. Shout out Nippinator. That might be an indicator. Yes, Jennifer, he had one or two young ladies try to end themselves for unreciprocated love before he was famous. Are we still talking about the painter? That said, they were distant cousins. Mahomes just tossed the ball to Kelsey behind his back, bro. Whoa. Another indicator from the Nippinator.
It's red panty night when you sign to find me, eh? Back at home with your wife.
Amen. My biggest regret is not buying Bitcoin sooner. I think a lot of people have that regret. Brandon, Bitcoin having ETF and a bull run in 12 months. This is wild. I agree with you. This is pretty wild, Joe. 69 G's. One God candle away from 69.
We've been climbing, aim for $1 million climaxing, never stopping. Bitcoin is rising. We already hit 67K, and now.
Yeah, shout out Ace. I appreciate it. He put, yo, shout out live crypto BTC. News plus chill vibes. Glad you're enjoying yourself. Just reposted you. Marcus Roth, there is no second best. Live now. Just reposted you. And again, I'll repost anybody who reposts the stream with a quote or comments the stream is appreciated. Y'all appreciate it on some Dear Mama-ish.
Our aim up at that 69 3G spot.
And look at the love ratio there. We got 20 hearts and 19 reposts. That's almost like a flawless victory in Mortal Kombat. You don't see many X streams get that kind of love, so I appreciate it. I share that to show my appreciation. Y'all appreciate it. Thank you, thank you.
A rocket taking off. Everybody knows it's the magic spot. Watch how it goes. When we hit the 69K, we will continue to grow. Let it flow, 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 flow. Magic cosmic fire. The rocket is fueled up. Prepare.
Laser put, you shall consider that risk-adjusted Bitcoin today at 60 G's is much better than at $30 those days. It lowers your IQ drastically, says Laura. What are you referring to? Tums is calcium carbonate. That's why it works on heartburn. Calcium shows gastric emptying. Alka-Seltzer Gold has no aspirin and provides potassium too, says Silas. Inbreeding is a real problem. We need smarter people. Yeah, good point there, Laura. It's going up forever, Laura. Smash the likes, y'all. Shout out Judson. Appreciate the reminder. Beer raises your IQ. It made Bud wiser. That's a good one.
For flight, rocket up kind of high.
But it will give you a beer belly. And I think beer comprises of wheat. Correct me if I'm wrong. So that means it has a high level of, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just assuming, I'm not a beer drinker. I would assume it has a high level of gluten, being wheat. And yeah, I just know people that drink a lot of beer have beer bellies, including my own brother. Shh.
Darting, 69G.
Most countries have no laws against marrying first cousins. Yeah. Have you guys ever read 13 Bloodlines of the Illuminati? Pretty good read. You can find probably the ebook or audio book for free online. We are all still very early in the legends of our bloodlines. Amen, Laser. If I get a tummy ache, I just buy a little more Bitcoin and take a nap. Smart man there, Matt. I agree with that. That's the cure. The bellyache cure. Just buy some biddies and take a nap. Same if you ever get a headache or a migraine. Just buy a biddy, take a nap. You wake up feeling like $1 million.
Such a fun time, rocket up kind of doing 60 see a rise in Bitcoin. We're on the brink, we're feeling fine. Counting down the seconds, it's almost time.
But anyways, let's keep it moving. Yes, Alex Jones is always right, Judson. But next story. Let's discuss these pension funds. This is a big one, actually. I also shared it yesterday, but different article source. South Korean pension fund invests $32.5 million in MicroStrategy as the U.S. firm continues to gobble up the biddies. That's a pretty lit photo, by the way, with all the crystals, the amethysts with the Bitcoin. Don't get no more lit than that. You got Bitcoin and crystals. Yes, please. South Korea's National Pension Service now owns more than $32 million worth of MicroStrategy shares after investing in a Bitcoin-friendly U.S. firm. Confirmed earlier this year. The pension service reportedly manages $764 billion. That's almost $1 trillion, yo. Pretty wild, worth of assets at the end of last year. They have accumulated 24,500 MSTR shares as of June 30th, according to security filing. I'm telling you, I think these pension funds alone can send Bitcoin to the multiple six-figure territory. I mean, look how much money these companies manage. That's a lot of money, a lot of wealth. Almost $1 trillion, right? 1,000 billion is $1 trillion. So this company has $750 billion, and they're now buying Bitcoin. Now, in July, the business intelligence firm announced a 10-1 stock split of its Class A common stock, referring to MicroStrategy, and Class B common stock to make MicroStrategy stock more accessible to investors and employees. That means the National Pension Service now owns 245,000 MSTR shares, worth $32.5 million at this current time. The National Pension Service also invested in Coinbase stock last year, buying 282,000 shares in the crypto exchange as of December 31st. Of 2024. The pension fund has gradually decreased its, and I think they mean 2023 clearly, because we haven't had December of 2024 yet, but you gotta love typos in articles. The pension fund has gradually decreased its coin holdings this year, now owns 229,800 shares, worth $47 million. MicroStrategy is the world's largest corporate holder of Bitcoin, with a trove of 226,500 biddies, currently worth more than $13.38 billion. The firm purchased its Bitcoin at an average price of $36,798, according to a quarterly press release. Let me know what your average buy is for Bitcoin. Is your average buy lower than 36, higher than 36? Holla. And quoting the MicroStrategy CEO Feng Li, on the adoption front, we are extremely optimistic when the improved understanding of Bitcoin and the increasing support for the ecosystem from bipartisan politicians and institutions on display at the Bitcoin 2024 conference in Nashville. So there you have it, yo. Do you think more pension funds will follow in the lights of the South Korea National Pension Service and stack the biddy and get some exposure to the biddy some way, somehow? Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, I'll read these comments out loud. Only the USA and sort of Canada prohibited, in the large part. Pakistanis in the UK have 10x the birth abnormalities as the general population of the reason. Alex Jones was right, says Judson. 8 smart docs on the plane crashed in Brazil. I heard that, Unmango. Reading the Bitcoin Standard, it is more interesting than the Illuminati. Facts. And if you guys haven't read the Bitcoin Standard by Saifedean Ammous, it is my #1 recommended read. And if you don't like reading, cop the audio book. You can find free copies online of virtually any book in audio form or ebook form if you prefer reading it. You know what I mean? So yeah, my roommate minted Bitcoin on his Xbox. Wow. And I asked him about Bitcoin. Unfortunately, I turned him down when he said that you cannot hold physically. MicroStrategy holds 226,500 Bitcoin, over 13 billion. Their DCA is approximately 40,000. Many bought on the 2x leverage. If Bitcoin 2x's, MicroStrategy will 4x. Do your own math. Well said. And the reality is MicroStrategy has been outpacing Bitcoin, believe it or not. And some believe it will continue to do so. However, stocks can be confiscated from you, so there is still reasons to hold Bitcoin in cold storage versus putting it on an exchange or only having exposure to an ETF. You got to keep that in mind. Bigger picture, family. Only properly self-custodied Bitcoin is unconfiscatable. Touchdown! I look forward to buying a house for one biddy in 5 to 10 years. I'm very confident you'll be able to. 6 Bitcoin for an average house now. Not too shabby. You won't need to wait 5 years. Yeah, I don't think you'll need to wait 5 years either. And maybe next year. I bought some of the MSTX on Friday. Right on, Silas. Word up.
Hold your breath, keep it tight. 69 G's gonna light up the night. Day up 69, pump appeal, we're on the brink, we're feeling sexy. 69 G heat, counting down, it's almost time. Hold your breath, be prepared to fly. Come alive with the big vibe. 69.
Shout out Clifford Williams. He put best Bitcoin channel as a comment under the stream. Like I said, I promise to repost anyone with a good comment or quote on the stream, and I'll repost you and follow you back. I am following you as well there, Clifford, and appreciate that.
She's coming young video. Wink at us, JV. We are all here. CNA fam is hooting like wise owls, feeling the thrill for that 69K milk cow. 69.
Yes. So, highest then 36,000, unfortunately. Oh, high net. Greetings from Amsterdam. Top music, JV. Glad you're enjoying Chandy. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Chandy 10 Music, the #1 Bitcoin music, hands down. Why did Sailor generate a second best with BTC? What do you mean? There is no second best.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yes, and it's official. Over 1,000 people on the stream. We're not even halfway done, family. Still got a lot to share with you. A lot of bullishness, some good predictions, and all that fun stuff. Keep the comments flowing. Thank you for all the interaction. We're live and in the flesh on X, Rumble, and YouTube. This is a live and interactive show. I invite the 1,000 of you over on X to visit the YouTube channel, subscribe. I'll shout you out, and that way you guys can interact and participate in the comments. MicroStrategy is the second best. There is no second best. I am similar, but once we pass 100,000, our cost basis will matter less. Bitcoin is the best bottle cap booster. And we'll leave it on that high note. Next story of the day, family. Let's discuss this bank run. Warning, warning. BNY, State Street, and JP Morgan Chase facing serious risk of bank runs along with 91 U.S. lenders. Here's the highlights from this report, family. If only keeping the bank what you can afford to lose, you've been warned. A total of 94 U.S. banks are at significant risk of experiencing bank runs by uninsured depositors if they show financial weakness, according to this report. Check it. An analysis from Florida Atlantic University finds the billion-dollar banks in question, which include 7 U.S. financial giants, have all reported a 50% or higher ratio of uninsured deposits to total deposits. The university's liquidity risk from exposures to uninsured deposits index shows BNY Mellon has a 100% ratio of uninsured deposits, a 100% ratio, followed by State Street Bank at 92.6%, Northern Trust at 73.9%, Citibank at 72.5%, HSBC Bank 69.8%, and JP Morgan Chase, we all know Jamie the Tapeworm, the CEO, at a 51.7%, and U.S. Bank at 50.4%. Not a good look, banking cartels. Now, meanwhile, Florida Atlantic University finance professor Rebel A. Cole, what a cool name. His name is Rebel. And don't get no more lit than that, says the banks are more vulnerable to liquidity crisis because uninsured depositors are motivated to withdraw their funds quickly if they perceive any risks to the bank's stability. You have been warned, family. Quoting them here, the first bank failure of the year, Republic First Bank in Pennsylvania, was number 87 on the previous quarter's list with a 51.5% ratio. All the banks on this list are at a serious risk of a run by uninsured depositors should they exhibit any weakness from commercial real estate exposures or unrealized losses on securities. Although FDIC-insured banks promise up to $250,000 will be protected in the event of the collapse, as you see that in the bank, they always have that sign, don't worry, you're secured by the FDIC up to $250,000. You got to keep in mind the Federal Reserve and Treasury Department used a systemic risk exception to make all depositors whole. In the last year, high-profile bank failures of Silicon Valley Bank, Signature Bank, and the First Republic Bank. So in this year's failure of Republic First Bank, the FDIC quickly arranged for Fulton Bank to assume all deposits. Now, here's why you can't even be so sure that your money is safe. What if there is a legitimate bank run? Let's just hypothetically say everyone goes to the bank, just like a Ponzi scam, like BitConnect, same concept, right? Everyone tries to deposit their money at the same time, but the bank doesn't have the money to give it to you. So even if they have FDIC insurance, if they don't have the money, how are you supposed to receive it back? I personally don't trust the banks, never have, never will. Buck the banks, buck the Fed, Bukelenomics, stack the biddies, and let's freaking go. How do you like that? Pump the likes, pump the stream. That's right, Kevin. When you pump the likes, you're pumping the stream. 100. Okay, Bitcoin fans, not financial advice, but consider a small bag of MicroStrategy and Bitcoin miners such as Marathon, Riot, and the rest of them. Why? If Bitcoin 2X's, they'll do 4 to 5, 10X. Bullish on the miners. Going to be a bunch more due to the commercial real estate. Yeah, man. No bank is safe. No bank left behind. Sure. BTC, Kaspa says home instead. Herney. Thanks for tuning in. That's why I use Credit Union. They're a little safer. So yeah, they're a little safer, and you're not supporting, the dark forces of evil, which are the banking cartels. I don't think we'll see below 60 G's in the next bear market unless we have massive crisis, which they could arrange. Very true. I think we may correct 50 to 60% from the top of this cycle. So hypothetically speaking, could someone run the math? Let's say we did 500,000 next year. And then if we corrected 50%, I think we can go down to 200 to 250,000. That'd be ballpark. I don't think we're going to correct 90% like some of the previous halvings. But again, anything I say, take it with a grain of salt. It's just my opinion. This is an opinion-based show for entertainment purposes only. Nothing brings people together like a bank run. Great show, JV. See you tomorrow. Cheers, Bone Daddy. In the UK at my bank, you cannot get more than 1,000 in cash. You need to give at least 24 hours. That's sad. That's sad. I remember that. When I lived in Florida, used to deposit a lot of money in the bank, and then I'd go to withdraw, and they'd be like, "Do you want $5,000? Are you sure? You can't just come into the bank and request that." I was like, yo, my balance is 30, 40,000. I can't have 5,000 of my own money. Oh, we don't actually keep all that money here at the bank for your own safety. Whatever you say, banker, whatever you say. So, JV, you're going to need to make an appointment and come back, and maybe within 24 to 48 hours, we'll give you a call, and we'll have that kind of money at hand at the bank. $5,000, sir? Exactly. So now it's 1,000. Good Lord. Get your money out of the banks, family. No bank is safe. I'll leave you at that. 250,000. That's what's up. Yeah, so 50% obviously of 500,000 is 250. And I was saying that we may go as much as 60%, which takes us closer probably to the 220 range. And I'm just guessing. I don't have a calculator in front of me, so I'm just rounding. Nothing brings people together like the queue at the ATM. Real talk. Those queues at the ATM. Hot damn. And we're back in the green, yo. We're looking to recapture 60,000 here. With your help, we can make it happen. Repost the stream only if you'd like to see 60,000 recaptured today, and only if you believe in God. If you do not believe in God, do not subscribe to my channel, and please do not repost this. You've been warned. Thank God all my money is in my biddies. Smart man, Serge. Smart man. 69 G's, anybody? And be like water.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup.
It becomes the cup. You put water in the bottle, it becomes the bottle. Now water can crash or flow. Be water, my friends. The calm before the storm. Oh my God, we got Janet Yellen's liquidity here with us. Shout out Miss Binance herself, the world famous Janet Yellen. Welcome to the stream. Everyone show her some love. We're a big fan of yours. We speak very highly of you every day on the podcast, Miss Yellen. Big fan here. Big fan.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right?
If you got the superior asset, what's going to happen, family?
The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
Did you hear that? Forever. And shout out Charlene. She's back to sharing her lunches with us. I dig it. Hey, family, everyone who replies to JV stream gets to enjoy a bowl of soup with us. Chicken, pumpkin, corn, chayote, carrots, turnip, radish, Jamaican style. That looks delish. I don't eat the chicken, but everything else sounds amazing. Just reposted to Charlene, and that's her promise to you guys. Anyone who reposts the stream, she's going to hook you up with a bowl of chicken soup. Jamaican style. I'm sure it's going to be extra spicy as well. Thank you, Charlene. Very nice of you. I'll also repost your food there. Thank you. So yeah, let's keep it going, flowing. Happy 420 fam, 60 G's by the end of the stream. Why not? When will Bitcoin boom? Which month? Man, it's a good question. What do you guys think? This month? We're halfway through. Will it be September? Will it be Q4, October, November, December? Holler. But anyways, next story. Let's discuss Silk Road. We discussed those 90 plus banks potentially could be bank runs. So again, only keep in the bank what you can afford to lose. Now let's discuss the latest of Silk Road. The other day I shared that an analyst says they're not selling the Silk Road BTC, referring to the government. But this article is the opposite. U.S. Marshals likely selling Silk Road Bitcoin, according to the lawyer. So let's discuss this lawyer. United States finance lawyer Scott Johnson has said the U.S. Marshal Service is almost certainly in the process. He says certainly of selling Bitcoin seized from the infamous Silk Road marketplace. Johnson's assertions are grounded in a service agreement signed between the U.S. Marshal Service and Coinbase in June. And according to Johnson, the agreement indicates that once Bitcoin reaches Coinbase Prime, it is a clear sign that the U.S. Marshal Service has either sold or is about to sell the asset. And that was the red flag just the other day, a few days ago, maybe 2-3 days ago. They actually moved like 10,000 Bitcoin or something like that. And then there were rumors, are they going to sell? Well, according to this lawyer, they are going to. Johnson explained the U.S. Marshal Service has been sending Bitcoin to a custodial address in accordance with the agreement terms, quoting him here, given the agreement requires U.S. Marshal Service assets remain completely segregated, which is separated, whenever a transfer is ultimately made to Coinbase Prime or other commingled exchange addresses. You can be sure that the U.S. Marshal Service has already sold or is selling immediately. So he's 100% convinced. I kind of tend to agree. I'm not optimistic that they're not going to sell, especially when it's moved to an exchange. Formal confirmation. So, for example, if they weren't going to sell, they would have just moved it into cold storage or something. But then people say, but they had the agreement. Well, it's an exchange. Exchanges are designed to trade. So just FYI. Formal confirmation of the transactions will come at the latest with the Department of Justice Asset Forfeiture Program report for the fiscal year of this year, 2024, expected in January. Johnson also hinted at political motivations behind the timing of the sales, suggesting the administration of Biden might continue these actions without pause. And is it a coincidence all of this Bitcoin from Silk Road moved to Coinbase? Pretty much 2 days or so, it started to move after Trump gave a speech in Nashville that they were going to stockpile the biddy for the United States of America and not sell any of their Bitcoin. What are your thoughts on that? However, there's contradictory views. Not everyone agrees with Johnson's interpretation. We have Ryan Lee, chief analyst at BitGet, believes that despite the initial concerns, the Silk Road biddies is unlikely to be sold. So what are your thoughts, family? Will they sell or not sell? This standoff is, in opinion, reflects the broader uncertainty and speculation of the crypto community regarding government-held Bitcoin and its potential market impact. According to on-chain analytics firm Arkham Intel, the U.S. government transferred $600 million worth of Bitcoin to Coinbase August 15th, and the Bitcoin was sent to Coinbase Prime. Historically, the large transactions by significant holders, known as whales, can have a substantial impact naturally on the Bitcoin price. Here's a historical context. The U.S. government is currently the largest geopolitical hodler of Bitcoin, a fact underscored by Trump. Trump, who is the Republican Party's 2024 presidential candidate, pledged not to sell any of the U.S. government's Bitcoin holdings if reelected. Adding another layer of complexity to the issue, the 10,000 biddies recently transferred were originally seized during the Silk Road raid in 2022. In that operation, the Department of Justice announced the seizure of 50,000 biddies from the darknet marketplace. This significant on-chain movement of funds follows another major transfer in April when the U.S. government moved $2 billion worth of the biddy seized from Silk Road. So there you go, yo. What are your thoughts? Sell? Not sell? Holla. No one knows. Stack sats and hodl. That's the realest answer I've ever read there, Bruce. Thanks for keeping it 100. I am not selling, says Ammer. Smart. Binance. I am thinking the third week of September, says Christopher Cox. Trump live now. Packed the house in Pennsylvania. Kicking ass and taking names. Word up, Judson. Thanks for letting us know. The Democrats are so out of touch. Christopher. The difference between Trump and Harris is beyond the 2 sigma borders of the power law and the stock to flow, as well as currently we cannot speculate. Doomed to wait and see. Make your move. Shout out Barack Monfils Evangelista. Good to see you, family. Welcome back to the stream. Martin Luther had a dream. JV had a stream. Do you see Kim.com now saying Bitcoin Cash is superior to Bitcoin? I've never followed Kim.com. Probably never resonated with him, or I would have followed him. I know of the name, but that tells me everything I need to know about him. No comment. But thank you for that, Super. That's very kind of you. We all know Bitcoin trash is Bitcoin trash. So don't mistaken it for Bitcoin, family. There's only one Bitcoin. Imposters are not Bitcoin. They use Bitcoin in the name because they know people are easily duped. It's just the nature of the beast. Welcome, MJ. Is that Michael Jordan or is that Michael Jackson? There's a lot of famous MJs. Just saying.
Opa.
1,200 plus people on the stream. Appreciate you guys. We're only a God candle away from 69 G's.
I'm in. Darting, darting, it's a darting, darting no.
Yeah, who would want the name Cash next to Bitcoin? You must really not understand Bitcoin if you want to associate yourself with cash, which is known for fiat. It's like Bitcoin fiat trash. Yeah, okay. Have fun with that one, with the Bitcoin fiat trash. It's like, isn't that not the definition of an oxymoron? Bitcoin Cash? No, thank you. I'm just saying. Just me, brother. I've got the stream on RSBN. He is at the place where I saw him the first time. Pretty big arena in Wilkes, Pennsylvania. Trump is pulling in the crowds again. Word up. The Trumpinator, eh?
We've come so far, we've seen it all. Bitcoin will not fall. 69K, it's a celebration. Bitcoin love sweeping the nation. So let's toast to the future.
There you go. They need to put Bitcoin Cash under, is there still a Webster's dictionary? Back in the day, we used to use Webster, so I don't really know nowadays. Now it might be dictionary.com for all we know. But yeah, an oxymoron, jumbo shrimp, lead balloon, military intelligence, and Bitcoin Cash. The combination made my funds bleed. That's right, on a Saturday. Smooth criminal. Yes, that's Miss Yellen. Smooth criminal. Very smooth. Only she's not smooth at all. It's the only difference. Oh, yeah, so that would be another oxymoron. Janet Yellen, the smooth criminal. There you go. But anyways, now for the bullishness of the show, we're going to discuss Bitcoin 3xing from here, this cycle to 180,000. Then we'll discuss Bitcoin soaring, skyrocketing 700%, according to Adam Back. And then we'll dive into a little bit of live Q&A. Welcome everyone to the stream. Over 1,200 people here live and in the flesh. If you want to interact in the chat, drop comments, and be a part of the stream, I encourage you guys to visit the YouTube channel, which is cryptonewsalerts.net, and interact with us. It's fun. You know what I mean? But anyways, let's continue with our bullishness, eh? This headline reads, here's how Bitcoin could explode by up to 3x this cycle. According to Real Vision analyst Jamie Couts. That's right. Jamie Couts believes that the Bitcoin price can reach a six-figure price during the current cycle. I mean, to me, that's a given, but nonetheless, he says that compared to the previous bull cycle witnessed in 2017 and 2020, Bitcoin is likely to record diminishing returns this time round. And he said Bitcoin rallied 19x in 2017. Whoa. That was my intro. That was my inauguration into Bitcoin 2017. It was a pretty magical year, family. How many of you were here then? I recall when I joined or got started with Bitcoin, it was 1,500 a coin. And then by the end of 2017, December, it was like almost 20 G's. It was like, what? And then 6x in 2020. How many of you got started in Bitcoin for that cycle? But it is only likely to go up between 2 and 3x this cycle, according to this analyst. On how Bitcoin can go up 200% this cycle, here's what he shared. For Bitcoin to meet this target, the US dollar index, which is the DXY, would need to be well below 101, prompted by ongoing central bank injections. The DXY is a measure of the US dollar strength against a basket of other large global currencies. When the DXY is falling, it indicates that the US dollar is weakening against other major currencies and vice versa. The DXY is currently at 102.65. Couts also says that his global liquidity model, which predicted a 75% chance rally for Bitcoin in November of 2023, is flashing bullish once again, as he shares here alongside the chart. The central banks are capitulating, the liquidity spigots are opening, and Bitcoin is about to go much higher. Send it, yo. Now, according to the Real Vision analyst, the Bank of Japan and the People's Bank of China have contributed 41% of the global liquidity added over the last month. Quoting him again, over the past month. The Bank of Japan and People's Republic of China Bank have added 400 billion and 97 billion, respectively. The broad global money base credit has expanded by $1.2 trillion, which has significantly been aided by a sharp decline of the US dollar. This suggests that it is a coordinated with the Federal Reserve's consent. So there you have it, yo. What are your thoughts? 2 to 3x this cycle? I think that is more of my personal bear opinion, but hey, even a 3x is 180 G's, baby. Bitcoin could 98x. It can. Bitcoin has no top. Fiat has no bottom, like it did in the first halving of 2012. Why? Empires, nations, countries, states, ETFs, pensions, private, public, corporations, you, me, JV, Greg, Judson, Dan, Bitstick, DNA, the Oracle, Chandy 10 Music, Kathy Wood, Max Kaiser, Stacey Herbert, you know what I mean? Ricardo Salinas, third richest man in Mexico, but not for long. He's going to become the #1 richest. Just saying. Who else are we forgetting? Mikey Saylor, MicroStrategy, hey, BlackRock, Fidelity, Lawrence Fink. Yeah, man, the race is on. The race is on. Agreed, Dan. A little too conservative for my blood. Smash the like button, y'all, but we're going to get more bullish. Don't get it twisted. JV, try to orange pilling my sister, but she don't get it. She will in November of 2025. Wow, what don't she get about it? At this day and age, I mean, she must not understand money. Maybe it would require some education, like she would have to maybe read a book. Maybe if she read the Bitcoin Standards, she'll understand the history of money. Just thinking out loud. I know you can't force someone to do anything, especially a sister that grew up with you, that probably is not going to listen to you no matter what you say. So trust me, I was orange pilling all of my family members, every family gathering since 2017, and back when it was $1,500. It's like, yo, I'm buying more Bitcoin. It's only $1,500. Do you know what this thing could do? They're just like, you're crazy. JV is crazy. You're probably talking about me like when I walk away from the table, this guy's crazy. He's spending all of his real money on fake internet money. So I was spending all of my money, right, on Bitcoin. Not spending, investing. But the way they perceived it, because they knew nothing about it, they never heard the word before. They just thought I was wasting real money for fake money. So maybe your sister thinks the same thing. I don't know. But now my family has come around. They're all bullish on Bitcoin, obviously. And it didn't take long for them to become believers. All it took was the 2017 run up of the bull. When Bitcoin was 20,000, they all became believers. And by the following cycle, many of them have Bitcoin. My sister just keeps marrying men for money. That's so wrong. She has no understanding. She also has no money. Sorry to hear that. Hey, Chandy 10 Music in the house. Good to see you. I've sent her so much info. It's crazy. She's just busy getting her master's. Oh my God. One of those. Still going to school in the 40s. Damn. God bless her soul, family. She'll come around. As the supply dwindles, my joy, you'll be supporting her as an earlier adopter there, Serge. It's family. What are you going to do? I went through the same thing with my fam, says MJ. Orange pilled the cashier at the grocery store when I bought groceries with my Cash App. Nice. With Bitcoin. He was shocked I made money with Bitcoin. Nice. They still aren't buying? Damn, MJ. Sometimes your family don't understand you, but if they hear from somewhere, then they are 100%. Yeah, everyone has influencers that have influence over their life. So, for example, maybe some people actually listen to Jim Cramer, and unless Jim Cramer approves of it, they're never going to be bullish on it. Some people are just that stupid. But it goes for every facet of life, right? We all have people we respect and take advice from, whether it's not directly conscious or unconscious. If you really think about it, we all have people with influence over us. And once the people with influence over your sister come around and start talking about how great Bitcoin is, or that they purchased Bitcoin and they believe in it, that's when things will click, right? So for me, listening to people, who would I get orange pill by? The very first person was Andreas Antonopoulos. As soon as he spoke, 20-minute speech, instantly clicked. He spoke my language, and I didn't even know who he was. He just spoke my language. And then the same thing with Max Kaiser and Stacy Herbert via the Kaiser report. Big fan. When it comes to financial news, I didn't trust the news. I didn't trust Jim Cramer. There was no one on the lame stream I can go to get any sort of financial advice because I didn't trust them. Max and Stacy were the very first I actually trusted that had a financial show, and it was on RT called the Kaiser Report. We need to bring the Kaiser Report back. Unfortunately, YouTube terminated all of their content, thousands of episodes, etc., but they kept it 100. And that's what JV resonates with, the truth, right? And once you recognize the truth, it don't matter what anyone else says. You know it's the truth, right? So I understood that from Bitcoin from day one, that it was perfect money, that it was unconfiscatable, and that the government couldn't destroy it for us, right? I knew they would try. I knew they would FUD it. I knew they'd do everything in their power to pretend it's bad so that people don't invest into it, because it's in their best interest to protect the dollar, right? And Bitcoin is literally the Achilles heel to the central banking cartels that run the world and print the money. I'll leave you at that. You speak my Cali language, JV. Oh, and appreciate the Wu-Tang throwback jam to the newer video. I believe that was from the Wu-Tang series. I forgot the name of it, but I watched the first season. I don't even know if they did a second season, but I enjoyed it. I was actually walking Nipsey listening to it, singing along, because I know all the lyrics naturally. My clan is thick like plaster, bust ya, slash ya, slit up like a Dutch master. Yes, I set my mom's Cash App account to buy 25 per week. She still doesn't get it, but she has over 3 million sats. Congrats. Please help where you can put your Bitcoin if you already have it to get interest. That's a problem, Paul. Don't fall for that. There's probably a 1,000 scam platforms online where you can get interest, and when you try to withdraw your Bitcoin, you'll never be able to get it. So don't fall for that. Of course, we all want that. And we once had that with Celsius, and what happened to the company? They filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and everyone lost their money. So don't get greedy and say, I need a 5% return if I'm going to just keep it in cold storage, and Bitcoin will do what it does best, go up in value. You don't need the 2, 3, 4, 5% interest. Stop thinking Bitcoin is the dollar, right? You need interest in the dollar or you're losing it all to inflation. But Bitcoin is different. It's perfect money. And the purchasing power against the dollar is mathematically guaranteed to increase. You don't need yield with Bitcoin. Loved your early uncensored YouTube stream yesterday. Thank you, Super King. I'm glad someone enjoyed it. Damn we all, huh? A little. Not really. Age is a perception. It's like, right? Anyone who is 90 years old is going to look at me and KJ and be like, wow, those are such young men. But anyone our children's age is going to be like, yo, he's old. He got gray in his beard. That's just life, baby. Do not take the bait, Paul. Just hodl it. Exactly. Because there's going to be 1,000 websites right now. Where can I put my Bitcoin to earn some yield? And 99.9% of them will be scams. I've been around this space for a very long time, family. And that's just the scamming internet. They're there to scam you. And everything sounds too good to be true. And guess what? It all is too good to be true. All of it. Right? What happened with BitConnect? You just buy the Bitcoin, keep it, and trade it to the BitConnect coin, and you get all this yield, and you get rich. And then you lose everything you invested. Welcome to reality. Too good to be true? It always is. That's just the reality. JV, gray for men, bro. We got this. There you go. But anyways, fam, now for our feature story of the day. Bitcoin veteran, the one and only Adam Back, says Bitcoin is in the early bull market phase and could explode by over 700%. I'm going to break down his timeline. I got a lot of respect for Adam Back, of course. He is a legend, a true OG in the space. The Blockstream chief executive, Adam Back, says Bitcoin remains in the early stages of an ongoing bull market cycle. In a new interview with Anna Tatova, the CEO of Coins Telegram, the longtime Bitcoin vet, says Bitcoin could potentially soar more than 700% from the current value this cycle. Take that, bears. Quoting him here from the interview. We're still in the early stages of the bull market, I would say. I see that BitMEX founder Arthur Hayes Just Blaze was predicting 1 million per Bitcoin by the end of the cycle. Others or other people have said 500,000. So anything in that range, I think it's possible. Yeah, man. Back says one of the bullish drivers for Bitcoin is the length of time investors are holding onto the digital asset by market cap, the top digital asset by market cap, as well as shares in the Bitcoin ETFs. Now, he also shared in the interview, when new money comes into the biddy, the market cap increases. But the new money doesn't have to be nearly as much as the market cap increase because price is set at a margin, and there are not necessarily that many Bitcoins on the exchange. He makes a good point. He continues. So as new users buy up those coins and cold store them in a hard cold storage device, or the ETFs buy them and store them with a custodian, such as a Coinbase, it'll tend to push up the Bitcoin price. You know, $1 million, it might increase the market cap by 50 million or 100 million. It really depends on the type of buyer. So if the buyer is buying Bitcoin and holding it for the long term, where my long-term hodler is at, diamond hands and laser eyes, make some noise, then it has a bigger effect. And of course, there are the Bitcoin holders who have learned over the time to buy and cold store and not trade too much. Now, what we didn't know was how the ETF investors would behave. But the evidence so far is that they hold. So when the price fell a bit, not many ETFs were sold, actually. And shout out to the OG with the backwards cap, keeping it 100. And if you want to listen to this actual interview from the podcast with the OG himself, Adam Back, making the bullish prediction of Bitcoin soaring 700% or more for this particular cycle, check the show notes below the video and in the description, and let me know your thoughts. Do you agree with Adam Back? Do you think 500,000 is in play, which is virtually a 700% pump from here? It's on the cusp of 500,000. And as Arthur Hayes Just Blaze pointed out, can we potentially even get to 1 million this cycle? We also have Samson Mao of Jan 3 predicting still 1 milli for this cycle. So let me know your thoughts, and I'll read everyone's comments out loud. Welcome to the Q&A segment of the live stream. Greg put, BLX weekly, Bitcoin goes up an average of 2 fib levels. Post-halving, the 1.114 fib sits at 400,000. The 1.236 fib sits at 3 million. All possible by the next halving of April of 2028. That's right. Next halving will occur approximately in April of 2028. Send it. I'm so ready, family. Send it a couple of fibs up. 3 milli. Sign me up. I'm ready. Diamond hands, laser eyes. Shout out Dan Carden. That's what's up. iBit has yet to have an outflow, and they are by far the largest of all the Bitcoin ETFs. That's right. They now hold the majority of the Bitcoin as far as major asset managers are concerned. But keep in mind, Coinbase is the custodian. So Coinbase is holding on to a lot of bitties right now. And how many Bitcoin total are available on the exchanges? I don't know. Anyone could pull up that metric. Let me know. I would assume probably less than 2 million. Let me know if that's accurate. Effa Bank Satoshi on my neck is all I think. There you go. I like it. Bitstick with the bars.
Raise our glass high, 69 G's under the moonlit sky. Crypto fam together, feeling the beat.
And shout out JC again with another repost. Why aren't you here yet? Come on in and watch the best crypto news pod on the net. Greatly appreciated. Thank you guys. And again, anyone who reposted the stream today, like, comment, subscribe. You guys are the bomb diggity. We do currently on the stream, there's a total of 24 hearts with 20 reposts, which is a fantastic ratio of you guys helping me get more eyeballs on the stream. So respect. Thank you guys. If you haven't noticed, X is now where our biggest audience is as far as people that watch the live stream. We've surpassed YouTube, even though YouTube has 74,000 subscribers or 73, whatever it is. Even though I've been streaming every day on YouTube for 6 years, barely anyone watches on YouTube anymore. Since the termination a few months ago, they gave me my YouTube channel back. They apologized, but they've penalized my channel since, and I lost probably 80% of my traffic since the BS termination. But X has made up for it because now my X following, as far as my live stream, there's more people on my live stream with only 30,000 people following me on X than some people with millions of followers on X. So I'm very grateful for that. Shout out to the X fam, Rumble fam, YouTube fam, the Familam, La Familia. We appreciate you. JV, that cap is fire. Thank you. If you guys would like a Bukelenomics hat, I got mine from the one and only Sergio. His website is bitcoincaps.net. All my El Salvador Bukele hats come from Sergio. Sergio makes these hats. He has like the machine to do it. And he makes them for Max Kaiser. He makes them for Nayib Bukele. He also lives in El Salvador. And I also believe he goes back and forth to Miami. So he has a business over there as well. So shout out Sergio. Indeed, 8 of the top 10 or 15 Bitcoin ETFs use Coinbase as their custodian. Only one I know of is Fidelity. That's right. And ironic, their kicker is FBTC. Shout out Fidelity. Contra, 1933. Oh, the Confiscation Act. What about it? Yeah, that was in 1933, the Gold Confiscation Act. They stole everyone's gold. Yep. 500,000 is definitely in play. Like Kid in Play's Funhouse. 100%. Hey, yo, fam. Hey. Hodl Hard Sunday, eh? Noster, JV. Do it. I have a Noster. It looks just like X, but it's decentralized pretty much. I haven't even been on it, but I definitely set it up a while ago. How long is a cycle after the halving? Well, halving cycles are typically 4 years. So, for example, first halving was 2012, so a cycle would be considered 2012, 2016 to the next halving. And then from 2016 to 2020, next halving. Then from 2020 to 2024, which we had the halving this year, April 19th. So the next halving will be 4 years from now in 2028, unless things miraculously change. But the way things are set up, it goes by the block reward, and it tends to be approximately every 4 years. Exactly. The Oracle. 500,000 is the mathematical certainty. BlackRock is good for the biddy, but not for our future. Yeah, definitely, in my opinion, BlackRock is an enemy of humanity. In my opinion. Let me know your thoughts to that. Thank you, Crypto Dingo. I appreciate the reposts. Just reposted the repost and the repost of the repost after eating avocado toast. So I appreciate it. But here's what we're going to do, family. We're going to continue with the uncensored extended version of the pod, exclusive on X and Rumble. Over 1,400 people here right now. Shout out to each and every one of you spending your beautiful sat stacking Saturday with me. Much appreciated. We stacking sats. But yes, it's so funny. I think I opened up the show saying, Happy Sunday Fun Day. And I forgot it's Saturday. So it's that stacking Saturday. Hilarious, right? Yes, you read my mind. We're heading on over to the Rumble. So family, for those of you on YouTube right now, please head on over to rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. You ain't got to go home, but you got to leave if you want to continue listening to the podcast for the uncensored extended version of the pod. So we're about to end this mofo right now in a moment. Anytime soon. And head on over to Rumble, rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. If you're on X, you're good. You'll be able to still watch the stream on X. Cool. All right. So YouTube stream should be ending. It seems there's a little bit of delay on the YouTube because it's I ended it, but it doesn't instantly end. So it takes a little bit of time for whatever reason. Live streaming finished. Yeah, so let me know any of the mods when you see the YouTube stream finish, because it's giving me weird. Like I ended it and then it didn't end and it still shows live. It does that sometimes. I don't know why. It's like it's not allowing me to end it. It's a YouTube phenomenon. Switch over to the Rumble, fam. Thank you, BitStick. Yep. I will be ending the YouTube as soon as it will end itself. Again, it's not ending for whatever reason. It's just loading. Even though I hit end. It just reloaded the screen and it's like, no, JV, you can't end us. Damn it. So we'll be a little patient with the YouTube today. It's still going. And now not only that, but the option to end it disappeared from the screen. So I actually, this is only on YouTube. So I hit end YouTube stream on YouTube, and then it asks, are you sure you want to end the stream? Yes. And then it just loads, and then it continues, and then the option to end the stream disappears, and it doesn't end. Can't make this ish up. So I guess I'm just going to refresh it again and see if it gives me an option to end it. But I did already hit the end button. Okay, I see an end stream button this time. That's good. I'm going to end it again. Are you sure? Yes, I am sure. And I just ended it again, and I think it actually ended this